Hi to all. This topic is declaring entities in XML. Entities can be defined so that they can be referenced anywhere in the content of an XML document. In which case they are called general entities. Entities can be defined so that only they can be referenced anywhere in the content of the XML document. And the predefined entities are called general entities. Entities can also be defined so that they can be referenced only in DTTs. In such cases, they are called parameter entities. There are two types of entities. The first one is general entity, the second one is parameter entity. General entity is like external style sheet. The parameter entities is like internal style sheets. The general entities, once you define an entity and stored in a place, we can call in any number of documents in XML. But in the parameter entity, that is defined within that XML document. So general entities are like external style sheet. Once you can typed and placed in a separate file, it can be referenced by any number of names. This one is declared only on that particular document, that is called parameter entities. So that once again I repeat this. Entities can be defined so that they can be referenced anywhere in the content of an XML documents, in which cases they are called general entities like external style sheets. The predefined entities are called general entities. The other one is parameter entities. Entities can also be defined so that can be referenced only in that DTT, in which cases they are called parameter entities. The syntax of the entity declaration in a DTT is here. This is the entity keyword, the percent symbol within the square bracket, entity name and the entity value. When the optional person sign is present in entity declaration, it is specifies that the entity is parameter entity rather than a general entity. There are two types of entity we said. One is the general, second one is parameter. In the syntax, you can see this square bracket and a mod symbol, percentage symbol, and a closed square bracket. When you declare like this entity is called parameter entity, not general entity. General entity. Consider the following example of entity. Suppose that a document include large number of references to the full name of a President Kennedy. You could define an entity to represent his complete name as follows. This is an example of an entity. You start with the keyword entity. This is the entity name, JFK. This is the expansion of the entity, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. An XML document that uses a DTT that includes these declarations can specify the complete name with just the reference ampersand JFK. This is the example of the entity. Here you use this lengthy word. We can shortly reference this word as ampersand JFK. It will refer this John Fitzgerald Kennedy. When an entity is longer than the few words, such as the section of technical article, this text is defined outside the DTT. So the outside the DTT called the external text entity. Here you can have only 3 words only, so you can define this like JFK. But in some situations, when an entity is longer than a few words, on that entity declaration you can specify it in a separate path, and the path name will be referred in the entity declarations. So here in such cases, the entity is called an external entity. The form of the declaration of an external text entity as follows. Entity is the keyword, entity name. This is the name of the file where the entity is stored. This is the location, file location. This keyword system specifies that the definition of the entity is in a different file, which is specified as the string following system. When the keyword system specifies that the entity is in a different file, which is specified as the following system. Next, a sample of DTT. DTT is a syntactic rules for the XML documents. DTT is normally used to define the syntactic rules for the XML document. An example of a DTT, consider a booklet of ads for used aircraft. This example is for advertisement for the used aircraft. In this case, the DTT describes the form of the booklet and each of its ads. Here you can see start with the XML version and the encoding. The encoding here it uses UTF-8, not 16. It uses this 8. So what are the elements to be used in this XML documents are declared first. The first one is the plain for sale. The root element is add, because this is advertisement for the used aircraft. Element add. What are the child elements in the advertisement ad are year, make, model, color, description, price, seller and location. Here you can see the element declaration with modifier. This is the plus modifier. Plus means one or more occurrences will have, and the question mark means only once it will be occur, one or none occurrences will be occur. Next, what are the elements in this example, or the data types are declared here. This is the year. The data type is parser character data, make parser character data, model, color, description, price, seller, location, city and state. These are the child elements of the root element advertisement. And next, after the element declaration, the second thing is what are the attributes you have to declare for the elements. This is the at least for the element seller. This is the seller element. For that seller element, we have to declare a attribute. The attribute name is phone. That data type is character data. The default value is record. Record means you have to give that value. Second one, another attribute added to the same element seller. The attribute name is email. The data type of the attribute is character data. Already in my last video I told that in attribute declarations or there are 10 different data types, but in this example you can only use the character data type only. Here it is used the implied. Implied means if you cannot give the value, it automatically chooses the default value. So the last one is the entity. The entity means it refer a reference variable to a name or variable. Normally entities or it refers a reference variable. Here you give three references. C means Cessna, P means Piper and B means Beechcraft. This is the declaration of DTT. DTT is declared, and how it is referred to a document is either in two ways you can include the DTT. One is internal DTT, one is external DTT. Internal DTT means the DTT declared within the document itself, but the external DTT means once this is the external DTT, it is defined in the name planes.dtt and it can be referenced by the referenced by another XML document by the name of the document. There are in XML we need a parser to check whether the errors occurred or not. By the uses of the parser only you can check the XML document, check or either validating. There are two types of parsers. The first one is the validating parser. The second one is the normal error checking. Some XML parser check documents that have DTT to ensure that the documents conform to the structure specified in the DTT. The work of the processor is to check whether the DTTs are correctly the DTT structures are correctly used in that XML document. These parsers are called validating parsers. Not all XML parsers are validating parsers. If an XML document specifies DTT and it is parsed by validating parser and the parser determines the document conformed to the DTT, the document is called valid. In a handwritten XML document often are not well formed, which means they do not follow XML syntactic rules. In a handwritten XML documents, the syntax it does not follow any XML syntactic rules. These errors are detected by all XML parser, which must be report them. Because errors are common, it is important to check that XML document are well formed before making them available to the site visitors. Once you create a once you write a coding in the XML, and you must check whether it is without errors. It is one of the major role of the programmer. XML parser are not allowed to either repair or ignore errors. Validating parser detect and report all inconsistency in the document relative to the DTTs. The XML parsers are explained in my further videos. Just for parser means it is used to convert the XML documents into the machine readable format. It is used for validating the XML documents. This is another example for internal and external DTTs. Internal DTT means it is defined within the document itself. Here it is an example for external DTT. The external DTTs are specified with the keyword of doc type, root name, and it is in the square bracket. It is terminated with this is means optional. For example, this example is for external DTT. This start with the version encoding, and here the second statement is the reference of external DTT. That is, by the use of doc type, you can refer the external DTT. That is the document name is planes. This is the DTT you type and save in the name planes. This is referred here. The external DTTs are referred with the name of doc type, XML document root element name. This is the system keyword. This is used for external entities reference, DTT file name. Here in example you can see doc type, plain for sale, because in this DTT type you can use the root element as plain for sale. So you can give this the root element as plain for sale, and this keyword system, this is a reference variable. This is the name you stored the XML DTT document. I typed this entire DTT and stored in the name planes.dtt. So I refer this here, planes.dtt. This is the root element. This is the name I stored the DTT. Here you can see in the example XML version encoding like that. This is the comment line. The next line is after the XML version, the next line will be the reference to the external DTT, doc type, plain for sales, root element of the plain DTT. This is the name of the external DTT. Here you start the root element planes for sale. This is the child element add. Here you give the element name, year, make, model, color, description, prices, and all that. And the second two set of two different aircraft details are given here. But in this example you cannot define DTT here. You define the DTT for DTTs in the plain.dtt. Here you only use the tag only, but the data type, elements, and all those are declared here. Element, the year, making, model, attributes, entity are defined in the DTT and stored in the name as planes.dtt. You referred here. Here you just type on the coding only, tag only, not the DTT here. This is called the external DTT.